Right. Great good morning, students. In the previous video, if you recall, we had a discussion upon various methods of sampling and we divided into two: random, we can choose on our own, and the other one was the one where it is non-random as such, right? It's basically judgment based. In random one, there is no judgment involved, and in fact, if I have to say so, it's more based on probability or um, luck factor as far as which element comes into the sample size, right? On the other side, in what you call it as the non-random sampling, we use a judgment as such. Now, let's move ahead. Let's come to the first one, the random sampling one, wherein you find out that it's a matter of chance that which element of the population will come into the sample as such. That itself is divided into two parts. One is called as simple random sampling, and the other one is referred as restricted random sampling, right? So, non random we are not discussing, we are discussing only the random part, in which we are going to focus more on the A part today, that is the simple random sampling as such for selection, right? Um, for selection of a sample. Now, let's say for example, there is a class strength, right, of 100 students as such, and naturally in COVID era you will not have 100 students in a class. Let's assume it's a pre-COVID era, 100 students in a classroom environment, and a little bit of study is based upon to find out general intelligence level of the section as such, of which there are 100 students. So, for a random size, a sample of 15 kids is to be taken, right? And what will happen in simple random sampling? I mean, a chit can be made where the name of 100 students may be there. And as it happens in a lottery, those 15 which will be picked as such, those 15 which will come as such, they will be the ones who will be selected as a sample. Am I clear? So that will make up simple random sampling, wherein a lottery method can be used to come up with the sample. Now, when you follow the sampling through this method as such, simple random sampling method, first and foremost, lottery method, so it's a complete element of luck for which individual or which child will come into sampling, right? So, bias involved is nothing, no favoritism, as is generally the case with any random sampling, isn't it? No bias involved. As far as other aspect is concerned, probability, which uh, children you study in mathematics as such, in the advanced part, in 11th, 12th, you will study this chapter. The rules of probability are also applied when this method is used, right? So, even though there might be a little bit of questions being raised in this method, but still in certain cases it works because it is backed by probability rules, along with the fact that bias is not involved in this method. However, it is not free from doubts as such, has its reservations. Let's study the demerits part. First and foremost, if you have to prepare those chits to make up the lottery method work under this one, you have to first prepare the chits as such, and that itself may be a little bit time consuming. It takes a little bit of time in preparing a list of all the students, making the chits as such, and then find out 15 of them which are to be taken. And the second one which we can identify as students is that it is not suitable for small sampling. If you can see the last line as such, it is not suitable if the sample size is small. Supposingly, if we are trying to find out general intelligence of the kids as such, and we pick a very small sample of 5 students, it may happen that all the intelligent one or majority of the intelligent one will come, and the students who are not that meritorious may not be at all part of such sample, right? As a result, the analysis will be more on the inflatory side. That means it will give the results which are more than what the class generally deserves. If the opposite happens and generally the less meritorious students come, then also the problem is the result will not be showcasing the true nature